Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Alakazam Live. Yes. So it's the first one after the Blackpool convention. Unfortunately, me and Harry weren't there, but Steve-O, Gary and Wayne were there, man, in the Alakazam stand. We will be back next year.
Yes.
So we got a few things to talk to you guys about today. One of the things I'm going to throw out there now, if I need two people, if there are such a thing, two people that haven't seen Trilogy Extreme yet. If you haven't seen Trilogy Extreme and you'd like to take part in it online, you don't have to dial in or anything, you just have to message. Just say you haven't seen it in here in the chat and we will pick two people out, and I'll be performing that later on if no one's seen it, or if a few of you ain't seen it.
It's great, it's killer.
And also, tomorrow at
when?
It's join us live. Join us for the live launch. Grab it. So some of you may have seen this sitting on the shelves for the past few months. I think that was behind us last November or something. So this is coming out tomorrow evening. So join us for the live launch. Hopefully we'll get Chris Congreve to join us if he's not working. But we will be joined by Wayne's going to be down here. Wayne Goodman's going to be down here doing some filming and stuff during the day. So he's going to join us for the live launch. You'll get to see the premiere of the trailer, and if you purchase it on the night, you'll be able to join us in the after show where we can speak about the setup, do an unboxing, and I'll give you some little scripting tips and little ideas.
It's wicked. It's really, really good.
Really commercial.
On another note, let us know, guys, if you went to Blackpool, if you enjoyed it, what effects you picked up, if you managed to see any of our releases, because we released some stuff just at Blackpool that's not released to you guys yet, and equally, Zodiac was not released at Blackpool, only for you guys. Wow, did you enjoy Blackpool? Did you enjoy the convention? Let us know if it was busy as well, because I've heard mixed things. It was quieter than usual, but still busy at times. So very good.
Yeah.
And a shout out to Scott, who is positive for COVID now.
Yeah.
So send in our wishes, Scott. Hope you get well soon.
Right. David Hand hasn't seen Trilogy Extreme, so we'll use David if that's okay.
And
Jason Lewis. Okay, so I'm going to throw this out there now. Because there's two of you, I both want you to think of a number between 1 and 52. Do not tell me it yet. But because there's two of you and I don't want you to think of the same number, David Hand, can you think of an even number for me? And who was the other one?
Jason Lewis.
Jason Lewis, think of an odd number between 1 and 52. So David Hand, even number, and Jason Lewis, odd number. And in fact, while you're thinking of those numbers...
don't put them on the chat.
Don't put them in the chat just yet. But David, while you're thinking of your even number, I want you to imagine a playing card in your mind. I want you to imagine the 6 of clubs. And Jason, while you're thinking of your odd number, I want you to imagine the King of Hearts, let's say. Okay, 2 completely different cards. So think of those numbers. Don't forget them. We'll ask you for them in a bit. Okay?
Will Wishlist be transferred onto the new site?
Wishlist won't be able to.
So just get a pen and paper and write them down.
But you will be able to create your new wish list on the new site. And the new wish list has got some really nice little features to it as well.
The new site is just seeming better and better. Even though it's taken obviously longer than we thought, it is fantastic and it will be worth it because there's some great features in there. Every time I look at it, it's exciting, it's fun.
It's getting there. It's getting there. We've transferred all of our users over there. So all you're going to have to do when we give you the go ahead is just go in there and complete your account. So you'll have to reset your password. Just go in there, make sure your name and address and phone numbers in there and everything's correct. Because like I said before, we have got a lot of people that haven't updated their addresses since they moved house and stuff like that. So this will be a good chance to do it.
100%. Sean Mann says personality is awesome. Talking about one of our releases at Blackpool. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. Yeah, Scott, I love personality test. It's really, really good, really good. The thing is, we have 3 new effects launched at Blackpool, which are yet to obviously launch for you guys, but they will be coming soon, and they're all very nice effects. And I know personality was going to go down well.
Yeah.
Because again, it's sort of straight to the point. It's cool. It can have different vibe
you can
depending
play it.
on.
You can play it anywhere. If you're down the pub with your mates, you can play it. If you're working in, a wedding or a close-up gig, if you're doing it on children, you can do it. It's there's so many different variations we've given you with it, but all will be revealed. That won't be launched until the new site is up.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's launch is for the Fantastic Zodiac, so don't forget to join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube.
100%.
Now, little Harry here has been putting videos on our TikTok and Instagram and YouTube every single day.
Yes.
Today he put one up that has got a lot of response, actually.
Yes,
so I think we
great.
should take a look at that because it's only a very quickie.
Let's have a little bo peep.
Here we go.
Let's play a game. The name of the game is Free Card Monty or Find the Lady. If you follow the Queen, make sure you tap the screen. Ready? Face up, it's not too difficult. As soon as I turn it face down, you're already following the wrong card. You see the Queen's over here. 3 cards, you guys have only got 2 eyes. We'll get rid of a distractor card this time. Just leaving me, just the Queen and a 4. Just the Queen and a 4. But just like that, I've jumped the Queen straight back to the table again. Leaving me, of course, with the 2 4s. I'll place the Queen away in my pocket this time, okay? Queen goes in the pocket, leaving me just the 2 4s. So if I've got just the 2 4s, where's the Queen, guys? In my hand or in the pocket? You say in the pocket, that's when it jumps straight back down to my hand, because in my pocket, I could have sworn I put one of the 4s. That's weird. But we'll try this. Never bet with a con man. Watch. You'll bet money, that's the Queen. But if I snap, you'll see you will always lose, because it was just an illusion. I never actually took the Queen from my pocket. If I want you to win, however, you will win. Look, I'll place the 4 over there, giving me a Queen. But watch. Every time you bet, you will always win. And that must mean if I've got 1, 2, 3 queens, all 3 queens over here, it must mean that here's a 4, and of course in my pocket are the other 2 4s. Now that
It's brilliant. That is this bad boy. Stand Up Monty. Now this is, I've been doing this for absolutely yonks, and this is killer. For a routine that is so strong with so many moments of magic, it is easy to perform. But it is guaranteed to get a reaction. I've performed this at numerous gigs, all different types of gigs as well, and it goes down with everyone. Honestly, it goes down with everyone. It goes down well with children because it's simple. Just keep your eye on the Queen, so it's magical for them. It goes down well with adults, of course. It goes down well with a group of lads because you can talk about, normally you'd bet money on this. And it's a great one, I find, for like the alpha male to perform to them, because even though, obviously I'm putting the cards on the table, but normally you would put the card in their hand. And even though it feels like they're holding everything, they're not. You're in full control pretty much. So it's really good to do to the alpha male because they're involved, they're holding the cards, yet you're so fast with it, there's no chance of anything happening.
Yeah, and there's so many visual moments with it. So Harry's got his own routine for this, which you saw there. It just strays a little bit from the original, but Harry's going to film a tutorial tomorrow because it is, even though it's a great effect and Garrett Thomas is a brilliant tutor, because there's so many phases, it is quite hard to follow sometimes. We've had quite a few emails. So Harry's going to film an explanation for his handling. He's actually changed a few of the moves in there as well, which I think streamlines it a bit. So anyone that purchases Stand Up Monty from Alakazam will get Harry's handling. We're hopefully going to film that tomorrow, and I'll edit it on Thursday.
The thing is, it's just subtle tweaks because the routine is great itself, and obviously check that out. But I just I altered the setup with it. I just find it makes more sense to me. And I don't know, it's such a good routine to have because I do predominantly mentalism or, believe it or not, a few coin bits and bobs. But this is great because I don't do a lot of card work, but this as a card routine is killer. You can't get as many moments of magic in a lot of things. This is just great. Bang, 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 bang. The angles on it are great. You can get everyone involved. It's a nice one where you can just imagine you're at the bar, people standing over beer, and they just point, yeah, it's that one. You know what I mean? And then they're wrong, you know. But you don't have to play it off like a challenge, of course. It's just a nice bit of fun. Why they shouldn't bet with a con man or bet with a magician. But yeah, I just honestly, guys, I love it. Stand Up Monty. We have got, I think this is.
I think that's the last
this
one
is our
in
last
stock,
one in
but we've
stock.
got more coming in.
Yeah, we've got more coming in, so make sure you pick one up because you are going to love this. I will say also you can get refills as well, so you don't have to buy the whole thing again. So just in case like your cards get worn out or something like that, then you can get refills here. This is the poker size, but you can get the jumbo ones, and the jumbo ones are wicked because they're still as easy to handle. And sort of the routine still flows just as good, but they're slightly bigger, so it's easier to see. And not that it makes a difference. I like the poker size, but I have the jumbo ones with me anyway. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
Just for different spectators and stuff.
Yeah.
But I love Stand Up Monty. I think it's it's definitely my favourite packet trick as such.
That's great.
It's
really good.
unbelievable.
Just want to say a few shouts out to Gary and Steve-O from Ace Magic. We got Sean Mann. We got the legend Craig Petty, who literally, if you were at the Blackpool convention, you wouldn't have been able to miss him because he was literally doing everything, I think.
Yeah, him and his son.
Yeah, him and
Him
Ryland.
and Ryland took
and
over.
Ryland was demming on the Alakazam stand.
Yes.
What a legend.
And he performed at the gala show.
Yeah.
What the heck? That's insane.
Crazy.
That is wicked.
We've got Chuck joining us. We've got John Williams. We've got Scott. Get well soon, Scott. We got Jason Staples, Gary Simpson. Loads of you joining us. Ian Raymond Walker, David Hanshall, man. Wayne's not with us today because Wayne's doing a wedding. Wayne does weddings.
I didn't even know he'd done weddings.
Weddings he does.
Just quickly, Max says, is there a downloadable tutorial or is it still DVD? I believe it's still DVD, but like I said, I will try and film my handling or instruction type video tomorrow, and that will obviously be a download that will go straight into your accounts if you've picked it up.
We got Anthony Linden joining us from Canada. Hello, Anthony.
Sheridan says to get access to the private Facebook group for memories.
That's not up and running yet.
Not
that
up and
won't
running
be
yet.
up and running until the official launch, which
Yes.
will be about a month or two.
But we will let you know. We'll send an email out to everyone.
We might actually set it up because a few people have
Maybe
got
we'll
it.
set it up, yes.
But keep your password because you'll
Yeah.
need your password to get in.
100%. So guys, just whilst we're on this, let me know if you perform any Monty type or swindler routines because I'm really fascinated by them. And I also had someone ring up earlier on talking about what happens in Vegas and just say how good it is. And we are expecting more of those soon. So
Yes.
Keep your eyes peeled for that.
The other thing that Harry did recently, I think he did it yesterday on our
did
TikTok
indeed.
and YouTube, was shrapnel. Now, a lot of
Yes.
people were saying this was the trick of the convention. Now, I remember having something very, very similar to this many years ago. I can't remember if it was a Jerry Andrews trick or something like that. But it's phenomenal. It's so visual and so magical. We've got a little video of Harry doing it. So shall we play it?
Can do.
Okay, it's another quickie. Here we
Whack it
go.
on.
Right, magic trick using a safety pin and a wedding ring. Check this out. Mum, check out the safety pin. Perfect. Lovely. And check out the wedding ring, of course.
Yep.
Happy? Lovely. Right, we're going to try something with the safety pin and the wedding ring. Watch. If I place the wedding ring in my hand, watch this. Ready? If I spiral the safety pin around the wedding ring, something weird starts to happen. Not yet, but if I count 1, 2, 3, just like that, it actually links onto the safety pin. Now,
Wow.
I don't know how that works. Do you?
No. With some magic stuff.
I'm bemused.
So that
great.
is shrapnel.
Yeah, it's a cool little package as well. Great packaging, and you get nice little stuff in there. You know what I mean? It's quite a cool little box of.
I can't even open it. That must be part of the trick.
It's really, really good though. And obviously Kim's thinking is great. He's the man behind Magic Beat, which was the free squeak Monty basically.
Yeah, which was brilliant.
Yeah, really good thinking. And this one is the same. You know, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's simple to perform, it's visual, and of course you can use a borrowed ring. But it's a multi-phase routine. You know, it's not just a quick trick for Instagram or social media. It is a full-on routine you get in there as well that you can use with a borrowed ring. So definitely worth checking out.
Okay, it's an interesting question here from Jonathan Allwood. When do you think DVDs will stop running? Right, guys, quick question for you all. Just give us a yes or no in the chat. Do you still have a DVD player?
Or something that can play DVDs.
Yes, because we have stopped producing DVDs now, full stop. We did try a few years ago, and a few years ago we got lots of complaints that people didn't know how to download stuff. So we went back to DVD, and now we get loads of complaints when a trick comes with a DVD.
What is a DVD? Yeah.
So, right, 50% so far. No, more saying yes, they do have a DVD
I must
player.
say, I just watch it on my PS4 or PlayStation, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people saying yeah, so that's good.
Okay, we should have changed the question, really. Okay, so stop what you're doing now. The question is, download or DVD? What's your preference?
True.
That's a better one.
PS5
because-
does count, unless you got the one without a DVD player, obviously.
Yeah.
Without a disc. You know, that's crazy, isn't it? Although my laptop doesn't have a
No, laptops aren't coming with them any.
CD thing.
Yeah, see, I like what Chuck said there. I like a physical possession of what I buy. I agree. But I have to say, even though we have got a DVD player, most of the time I can't be bothered to even put the disc in. I'd rather just sit there. Nowadays, you sit on the sofa, you got your iPad, and you just watch it.
I must say, I do like having the DVD. It's almost like books, isn't it? I don't like having a PDF. I like having the actual book there where you can see. Like I didn't get a Kindle or something because I like having the actual book itself. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of people. Wow. Oh, it's more leaning towards download, I would say.
Yeah, I think more people are preferring downloads, but I must admit, I do still like a DVD, even though I think I would like to have the DVD, but I'd prefer to be able to watch it as a download, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a sign of the times now where we're all just, everything just has to be quick, doesn't it? Even when you're sitting down to watch something, you just want it on.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it, how fast actually everything happens now. It is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the new site is obviously, well, I mean, we're still keeping, I will just say, if you do have registration codes, make sure you keep them because they're going to be the same for the new site as well. So,
yes, yeah, for all your products.
Yeah, get the stuff on there.
So there's loads of, loads of good stuff coming in. But we did have this. I mean, I used to have a recording studio years ago. I was a DJ, and when they said vinyl was going to stop being made, I felt like my arms were going to be cut off. It was such a, how are we going to live without vinyl? I don't want to move to CD, you know? And now CDs are gone, but it all changes so fast. And vinyl's coming back now, thank God.
Although I will just say, it is good for the environment as well, not producing the plastic cases as well. And talking about that, we are getting sort of new packaging in terms of what your tricks get sent out in, which is more environmentally friendly as well.
Very good.
Which is good.
Very good.
Let's have a look.
We have got a few videos to show you actually. One of my very good friends, Johan from Magic Dream, was at Blackpool. I didn't get to see him, but I had a long chat with him yesterday. His bestseller for the weekend was something called Infinity Wine, which Alakazam had the UK exclusive on. We've still got the UK exclusive, I believe, on free drinks as well, which is a new version of any drink called for. But I'm going to play you the little video of Johan that he put on the Facebook group, which is him performing Infinity Wine live at Blackpool. And while he's doing that, I'm going to head over to the other table because I will show you in a moment.
What will you show?
I'm going to show Trilogy. And so I didn't forget the cards. I wrote them down.
Look at that.
Otherwise,
Boom,
I
boom.
would have forgot what I should have think about.
David and Jason, let us know if you're still here. I can see Jason is. Let us know if you're still here, guys. And remembering your numbers.
Right. Okay.
Interesting.
So here we go. This is Infinity.
Let's go. Isn't that a miracle? The oldest one. French wine. One more time. There we go. Beautiful color, right? Oh, let's show you something. Thank you very much.
It's so good. And I will just say, yeah, Gary said it there, but a lot of people have had it as a kicker to poison or pick a drink.
Yeah.
Because it's great, you know, you have a bottle of water as a prediction and then you tip it out. Oh, it's fantastic. And it's such a cool prop. With that one glass, you can fill or turn 3 litres of water into wine.
Yeah, the other thing that's really good about it is, let's say you do it as a running gag during your performance and you've made about 4 or 5 glasses. You can now leave that in your case and then it's ready to perform. So you don't have to reload every time you go out. It's going to produce around about 3 litres for every load. And that load is contained in that special glass.
And it's a good sturdy glass. It's not going to smash.
No.
It's really, really good.
And we've got the trailer for Free Drinks will play in a moment.
Which is by the same creator,
Yes.
but different effects, which is lovely.
Yeah. So,
Right.
guys, for those of you that haven't seen Trilogy Extreme, this is an effect by Brian Caswell. Brian is the guy, you've all most probably seen tricks with numbers on the back of cards and everything else. Brian is the brains behind that whole phenomenon, and this is the trick that started this. This is the latest incarnation of it, and this is Trilogy Extreme. So earlier I asked both, I think it was David Hand and
Jason Lewis
to think of a number between 1 and 52. And I asked them they were going to think of a number. They didn't tell me what it was, but I asked them to think of these 2 cards. And the card I asked David to think of, I believe, was the 6 of clubs. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. And the card I asked Jason to think of was the King of Hearts.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, I did write it down so I didn't forget because I'm terrible. Right, so guys, for the first time, could you tell me what numbers you were thinking of when you were thinking of the 6 of clubs and the King of Hearts?
All right, I will wait.
So we will wait to see what they are.
So this was asked on the live, so you can go back and check. Let's have a look. Just waiting for them to come through. The 2 numbers from David and Jason. Lovely. So David Hand has the number 14 and Jason Lewis 23.
Okay, so choose either David or Jason, Harry. Just choose one of them.
I'll go for...
Or choose someone else on our list. Someone else that's watching.
Darren Bain.
Darren Bain. So Darren, what I want you to do is I want you in your mind to imagine the number 37. Let's go for 37. Imagine the number 37 and just imagine what card you believe would be on the face of 37. Any playing card you like. Let us know, let Harry know in the chat.
Right, that's very fair.
That's very fair.
Right, so that's you, Darren Bain. I picked Darren as well just because he was at the top, so I know he's still watching, all right?
Right.
Let's have a look. Come on.
Obviously, don't choose the 6 of clubs or the King of Hearts, because if this goes well, they're no longer in the game.
Yeah. Come on, Darren. Give us a card. Come on.
If Darren doesn't answer, you can go to someone else.
Okay, smokes. I might have to.
Why don't you say the first person...
All right, the first, yeah.
First person to write the name of a playing card that Harry sees will choose.
Yep.
So, write the name of a playing card now.
Let's go for it.
Otherwise, I'll pick one. It won't be as baffling.
Yeah. Doug says 3 of Hearts.
3 of Hearts.
And that's the first one that come up. Doug Pinner.
Okay, Doug Pinner. So, this little experiment. Now, usually if you were sitting across from me here, this would be very easy to transmit thoughts into your mind. Doing it over the internet is something I haven't really tried before, so I don't know what the outcome's going to be. But these are the selection. Now, over here I've got a deck of cards. The deck of cards itself is normal in every way, just 52 random cards. It is different in one way, and that is because each card on the back has got a number written down. Okay, so we can see there's a number 50. We're looking for the numbers 14, which is there. And we're looking for 23, 32, 19, 5. You can see they're all different. 51, 16, 34, 23. Perfect. And we're looking for the 3 of Hearts.
Yeah, which is the card that Doug said.
Yeah, now the reason why these cards have got numbers on the back was someone told me it would be good to use cards with numbers on the back as a memory aid. You get a deck of cards, you shuffle them up into a random order, you write the numbers 1 to 52 on the back of the cards, and then what you do is you have to try and remember what card relates to what number. I did that, and unfortunately I couldn't remember, so I decided to try some mind reading with them. Now, even though this was done over the internet, you chose the number 14, you chose the number 3. Now, David, when you chose the number 14, I asked you to picture one card in your mind, and that card was the 6 of clubs.
No way.
Strange, right?
No way.
Now, was it Jason?
Yeah, Jason.
Jason,
Lewis,
I asked you to think of the number 23, and I said, when you think of the, I asked you to think of the King of Hearts, as you were thinking of your number. You thought that the 23rd number, number 23, would be on the back of the King of Hearts. And you know what? You're absolutely right.
No way. How?
And who was it that chose the card?
That was Doug Pinner, and I've got his comment here.
Doug, I asked you to imagine the number 37. And I said to you, what card do you believe was on the face of 37? Now, you could have chose any card. You chose the 3 of Hearts, and it could have been anything. I really don't know how you knew that the 3 of Hearts was, of course, on number 37. And that, my friends, is Trilogy Extreme. Now, the way I usually do that, I've got my phone over there, but it's turned off. I've actually got a photograph of my prediction, and it's got my contact details underneath. So I actually text the spectator that and ask them not to open it.
Wow.
Until all the selections have been made, and then when they open it, boom, they've got the picture, the prediction, and all my details.
So you send that obviously before?
Yeah. So
wow.
I send it, make sure they get it.
That's brilliant.
So
what is that?
That is Trilogy Extreme. We have got about 12 of these, I think, or 15 of them made up. Once they're gone, it's going to be a few months because we're waiting for the cards to come in to make them. But Jenny made up a batch yesterday, and that will be the last batch for a while. And it is a killer. If you do walk around, if you do close up at tables, if you do stuff on Zoom, if you do stand up. When Brian Caswell first created this, it was his opener to his stand up show. So he would have a big easel and he would write all the selections on there. But that is Trilogy Extreme. I've also got some bonus routines on there. I've got a chair test using Trilogy and a few other things.
The chair test is so good as well. So simple for a chair test, but it's so clever.
Yeah, and that's on there as well. So if we cut to you, Harry, or alternatively, we can go to the free drinks trailer.
We can indeed.
And let them see that, and then I will pop back while that's
100%.
playing.
Let us know what you thought about that, guys. What you thought about Trilogy Extreme, because it's such a good effect. But I'm going to play the free drinks trailer now. But guys, whilst it's playing, let us know what you thought about Trilogy Extreme. Cheers.
From the creator of Infinity Wine comes now free drinks. Free drinks comes with 5 colors. You can make mint, strawberry, lemon, or even orange and Coca-Cola. Free drinks is not only amazing for kids show stage or parlor, but also for great mentalism performance. Free drinks is the modern any drink from water effect.
Love it.
Lovely. Yeah, so that was Trilogy Extreme. Let us know what you think of it.
I do have a dog, yes. His name is Buddy. Golden Retriever, he's a lad. And I actually went upstairs today and he was laying on the spare bed with Willow and they were just hugging each other. How cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trilogy, everyone's saying Trilogy is great. Trilogy is brilliant. Jeff says mind-blowing. Also, I will... let's have a look. David says... oh, interesting.
What's that?
That is a fluke. So, David says... do you have to add the 2 numbers up, like just now, 37, and if you have to, what happens with the 2 numbers?
That was a complete fluke.
Yeah.
But I'll take credit for it.
That's
for
insane, isn't it?
Psychologically suggested it to you both.
No, you don't have to worry about that. Don't worry about that.
No.
Trilogy.
Because remember, it was the free choice of card. So, yeah, it could be any card named, and you don't have to do any mathematics or adding anything up or anything like that.
So, yeah, the great thing with Trilogy as well is it is brilliant. It's got a great chair test on there. It's really, really strong. And like I said, the importance of a chair test, I think, is understanding from the spectator's point of view, because sometimes with a chair test it can be a bit convoluted or a bit confusing what's actually been predicted or what's actually happening. But with this it's so clear, and it's nice staging, because if you buy the nice wine glasses the cards fit straight in there. It's just great, isn't it?
It is. It's really, really good.
Putting a show together, maybe we'll chuck that in there.
Yeah. Well, you did have the chair test in at one point, or you were working on it. I bought you 3 chairs to do it with.
Yeah, I know.
3 coloured chairs.
Oh my gosh, we'll have to do that again. My dog's name is Buddy, after Buddy the Elf. Alex says he has Trilogy. Yes, Trilogy is absolutely brilliant. Pete James says Brian Caswell card routines are brilliant. I have a few of his card tricks. Pinnacle is another classic one.
Yep.
Pinnacle's great.
Yeah, 100%. And Cataclysm, one of my favourites. Cataclysm is a killer.
Yeah, it's so
we've got another version of Cataclysm coming out at some point as well for those that haven't seen it, because we're running low on those.
I looked at the whiteboard in the office. We've probably got about 50 routines or effects that are still to come out. It's crazy. And I'm really excited. We got samples yesterday of an effect. And are you excited or not about them?
100%. Rich Relish says he performs Pinnacle, which is another Brian Caswell effect, which we sell at every wedding gig for the bride and groom.
Look at that. Brilliant.
Quantum Deck, we've been told, is March.
Yeah, the 25th.
Yeah.
Is what we've been told.
So, shall we talk about, so we've talked about shrapnel.
Should we talk a bit about this since we dropped the trailer? I haven't really spoke about it. Just a
Yes.
bit. So, Free Drinks is by the same creator as Infinity Wine. And Free Drinks is great because it's the modern any named drink basically from water.
Yeah.
So you have a jug of water, you pour it in a glass and it changes colour just like Infinity Wine. But it's in a glass light shown on the side of the box.
Yeah, so it's more of a tumbler.
Yeah.
I will say the colours appear more like cocktails than, I know when Johan does it, he says orange juice and everything else. I think they look more vibrant, more cocktail-y colours. So I would do it as a cocktail menu type thing.
Yeah.
And you can actually get 5 colours out of it without reloading.
Wow.
So you get 4, and then when the 4 come out as 1, that's a 5th.
That's great. That's really good. And obviously you can do that one after another as well.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And
guys.
you're in complete control.
Yeah, these are so good to have because it's very rare. Well, it's not very rare, but it's very rare that you get a good trick that's hands-off, because when you have a show or if you do anything stand-up, you want sometimes an effect where you don't have to get a spectator involved. And stuff like this and Infinity Wine is great because it's strong magic, it's clear to see what's happening. People are involved with their eyes because they can obviously see it, but you don't have to waste time, or it just changes the flow of the show, which is what you need. You know, you're not constantly, oh, I need to use someone, oh, catch this, do that, blah blah blah. You just go, oh, I need a glass of wine. You know what I mean? Do that. Or I need a whatever drink you want to get in there, a Long Island iced tea or whatever. You know what I mean? Pour it out. It's great.
Even as a running gag, I was speaking to Leo Spetzers about it yesterday, and his character, when he works with his performing partner, is Leo's always the sort of cheeky one that's doing stuff. So I said to him, we were chatting, and I said, like, if during your act you ask for a drink, like you went over to the wine bottle and there was no wine, you ask for a drink, and then Hank gives you water, and then you go over and pour yourself in, it turns the wine down
That's great.
Put it back, and then every so often you just keep going over and doing it as a running gag.
And obviously if you put some thought into it as well, then every time you pour it into the glass, it could be wine. Obviously you've got to put thought into this, you can't just do this straight out of the box. But then every time they pour it, it's just normal water. You know what I mean? There's a lot of ways you can take it. And obviously with both of these, you can drink that as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can drink both of them, because with other ones you can't actually drink them, but these you can. Sheridan has to go back to work now. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
Every Tuesday we are here.
We are, and remember, tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. we have got a live launch, so join us. It'll be myself, Harry, Wayne Goodman here in the studio, and hopefully we'll have Chris Congreve joining us online.
For the launch of what?
For the launch of this. You may have seen the box sitting behind us for a few months. It's finally coming out. It wasn't at Blackpool, but it is a real worker. Can perform close up, walk around, zoom,
that's brilliant,
anywhere, and it really does give you a connection with your spectator.
And this is the perfect effect if you're either performing to friends and family, or if you're a professional worker that does walk around and stuff like that, because it gives you a connection, and it's not the same outcome every time.
No.
Which is good.
No.
So perfect for restaurants and stuff like that. Right, should we drop the trailer for Trojan Deck?
I think we should, because these are back.
Yes.
Josh J's fantastic Trojan deck is a wonderful and beautiful routine. Josh has supplied us with an uncut performance, so you can see exactly how the routine plays out. It's not a short video, I think it's about 4 minutes or so, but it's such a beautiful routine. He does it superbly, and it's really worth your time to sit there and watch it. It's wonderful. So this is Trojan. Let's play the trailer now.
I've spent a huge part of my life thinking about card magic, and the best thing that I think I've ever created, without question, is the Trojan deck. I think the Trojan deck isn't just the most amazing thing you can do with 2 decks of cards. I think it's the most amazing thing your audience can imagine being done with 2 decks of cards. And there is a difference. They shuffle a deck, you shuffle a deck, and every card matches. It is, in many ways, the ultimate card trick.
Every card in this deck.
What if I told you it could be done without any moves? What if I told you it could be done without a deck switch? What if I told you it could be done with a legitimately shuffled pack by any spectator? Curious yet? You're about to watch exactly what you would see if you were sitting right there across from me. The Trojan deck can be done absolutely anywhere, and it looks just like this. She believed in fate. He didn't. Well, at least not until that night at the restaurant when they both learned everything happens for a reason. Now, I'd like you to take this blue deck of cards, shuffle it up, and throughout the story, just kind of keep them moving by shuffling them, giving them a cut. I'll shuffle this red deck of cards. Now, our story takes place in 1977. There was this guy, and he decided to go to dinner by himself, favorite restaurant. So he goes to the favorite restaurant parking lot, and he finds that the parking lot is packed. He has to drive around 3 times before he finally finds somewhere to park. He eventually does. He goes inside and eats his dinner. Meanwhile, across town, there's a woman. She's decided to go out with friends. Now, she's called a taxi, but the taxi driver's running late. The reason he's running late is because he ordered a coffee, but the coffee's way too hot to drink. So he puts the coffee in the cup holder of his car, and he waits for it to cool down. Meanwhile, across town, she's sitting in her parlor, checking her watch, smoothing the wrinkles out of her white wool dress. Finally, the taxi comes, she gets in, and off they go. Now, you've been shuffling up those cards. I want you to spread through those cards, and when you get a feeling on a card, I want you to take that card out without looking at it and just set it down. Great. Now, you don't know what that card is, and you don't know what that card is. Good. We're not going to look at these cards now. We're going to look at the end. So take that card and put it away. Sit on it, stick it in a pocket somewhere. It will be safe. And keep shuffling. So the man is in the restaurant eating. Meanwhile, across town, the woman is speeding down the road in the back of the taxi. All of a sudden, the light changes from yellow to red. Taxi driver slams on the brakes. Coffee goes everywhere, all over her white wool dress. So she says, "Stop the car. Stop this. I have to get out. I have to fix this." She gets out, and she goes into the first place that she can, and that place is the restaurant. And as he's walking out, she's walking in, and they physically run into each other. And he takes one look at her and he says, "You're covered in coffee. You look like you could see a card trick." You see, this guy, he was a magician. He wasn't a professional magician, but he was a magician. So he did a card trick. And that card trick turned into a date. And that date turned into a second date. And that second date turned into a marriage. And they spent their life together. Now, I want all of you to watch this. That cut is the last time I will change the order of these cards. I would like you to do the same thing. Set the cards there, face down, and give them a cut, and let everybody see you do it. You feel good about that, or you want to cut them one more time?
We're good.
That's it? All right, let's start with mine, then we'll check yours. Can you see that these cards are not in order? You can see as well. They're not separated by color or numerical. They're pretty well shuffled. Yeah. Would you square them up and put them face down in front of you? And now let's check your order as well. Yeah, I'd say pretty well mixed. Now, when I hear this story, the first thing that I think about is, what if just one thing happened differently, right? Because, I mean, think of it this way. What if the parking lot wasn't crowded? What if the coffee didn't spill? What if the coffee wasn't too hot? What if the light didn't change at exactly that moment? Well, then these two people don't meet. They don't fall in love. They don't get married. They don't have a son. And when that son is 8 years old, his dad never shows him his first card trick. And if none of those things happen, I'm not here in this room before those cameras sharing this story with you. This is the true story. I swear to God, this is not a script. A true story of how my parents met. It was an amazing night, just like tonight. You shuffled those cards up. You watched me shuffle the cards up. And you all watched us each cut the deck, which meant we're all leading to the top card of this deck and the top card of this deck. Would you take that top card and turn it over? But the thing I keep coming back to is that for me to even be here telling this story, every single thing had to fall exactly into place. Are you ready for this? Pick up your deck and deal with me. Every single card in this deck perfectly matches every single card. And I do mean every single card. That's the queen, the 7, the 3, the 8, the ace, the queen, the 5, the 2, the 9, the 6, the 5, all the way down. Check it out. The king, the 9, the 2, the 3, every card in this deck. But I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, yeah, but that's probably just luck. No. But there's one thing luck wouldn't explain. At the very beginning, when we were shuffling our decks, you took out a card that you felt something. And I took out a card that I felt something on. Take those cards out now. You see, this part, this isn't luck. This part is fate.
Love it.
That is the Trojan deck. They're in stock now, and that is truly a reputation maker. If you were booked to do 5 minutes, that's it.
Yeah.
Really, such a wonderful routine with a brilliant climax, and the kicker of the card in the pocket as well.
Yeah. It's great. It's really good. And you're right, that is a reputation maker. You know, if you do that at a wedding or anything like that, you know, it's got a great story to it. It is perfect to do it at the top table. If you just put them aside, you know, you can give them half the deck each to start shuffling up whilst you're talking. It's really, really cool. And I might actually get one myself.
Well, I was going to say, because I don't know if you want me to say this, but when you do, when you're booked to do like house parties, you tend to do like intimate close-ups. So if it's a house party where there's only 20 people or 30 people, you invite 5 or 6 people into a room first, and they have a little show, and then you do your stand-up at the end. Something like this would be perfect for that sort of situation. You're just getting people in for sort of 10, 15 minutes. That is a huge piece of that. You start off with a couple of smaller items, end with that. And it's such an amazing piece of magic.
It's great. It's really, really good, and it is just one of them effects that is a reputation maker. You know, you can do that at weddings, you can do that at parties, and it's great because, you have to be in the right environment because you need to
100%.
sit down. But when you are in the right environment and it calls for a trick, and you can do a trick like that, you can't beat one that's like that. You know, a longer. It's almost like the Grail, you know. I mean, obviously the Grail you can perform in more environments and stuff like that.
But my 2-deck version takes a bit longer. It's a bigger presentation.
You use your environment to your advantage. You know, if you can do something like this, then use it. You know, practice a routine like this, and then if you are ever in that environment, and to be fair, you can create environments like that. So many times at a wedding, I want to do something like genetics or one that involves more of a sit down, more of an intimate performance, and I say, do you mind, we just come over here? And then literally, just if I'm performing to a group or to 2 people, whatever, I take you to the side, I find a table that's free, we sit down, and then it's more of an intimate environment, you know? So you can create it for you. Don't just think, oh, I'm not performing in a quiet room, this, that, I can't do it. You can, you just have to look and use your environment to your advantage. Because there's always there.
I just want to say as well, how has our audio been today? Is there any crackling at all, or has it been fine today? Let us know.
I don't think there would have been, but I'm not listening to it, but I don't think there would have been just because phones are off.
It'd just be interesting.
Looking forward to Peter's Hidden Treasures. Yes, well, once the new site is up, we are going to get back onto those. So
Most certainly.
keep your eyes peeled.
Yes, for my little hidden treasures. I'm hopefully going to be doing them weekly. So keep your eyes out. Thank you, Tom. Shame we missed Tom the weekend.
Everyone's saying audio is great. 100%. Let's have a look. Yeah, everyone's saying audio's fine.
Cool.
Lovely jubbly.
I think we're going to show your little stand-up Monty again.
Should we show that again?
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
think
thanks.
so.
It is really, I must say, the effect is really good. You
Where
guys
is it?
are gonna love it. It's here.
Hit it.
Let's play a game. The name of the game is Free Card Monty or Find the Lady. If you follow the Queen, make sure you tap the screen. Ready? Face up, it's not too difficult. As soon as I turn it face down, you're already following the wrong card. You see the Queen's over here. 3 cards, you guys have only got 2 eyes. We'll get rid of a distractor card this time. Just leaving me, just the Queen and a 4. Just the Queen and a 4. But just like that, I jump the Queen straight back to the table again. Leaving me, of course, with the 2 4s. I'll place the Queen away in my pocket this time, okay? Queen goes in the pocket, leaving me just the 2 4s. So if I've got just the 2 4s, where's the Queen, guys? In my hand or in the pocket? You say in the pocket? That's when it jumps straight back down to my hand, because in my pocket, I could have sworn I put one of the 4s. That's weird. But we'll try this. Never bet with a con man. Watch. You'll bet money that's the Queen, but if I snap, you'll see you will always lose, because it was just an illusion. I never actually took the Queen from my pocket. If I want you to win, however, you will win. Look, I'll place the 4 over there, giving me a Queen. But watch. Every time you bet, you will always win. And that must mean if I've got 1, 2, 3 queens, all 3 queens over here, it must mean that here's a 4, and of course in my pocket are the other 2 4s. Now that
Lovely. Guys, honestly, I cannot recommend this enough. You know, Garrett Thomas is a great creator, great magician. He also created Imagination Coins, which is great. But it's just really, honestly, guys, the routine on here is fantastic. And like I said, if you purchase it from Alakazam, only from Alakazam, then I will film my tweaked handling and also altered setup, because I've changed the setup, and for me it's just a bit easier, it makes more sense. And when you're in performance, you always sometimes have a bit of a brain fart, but my setup just allows you to not really have that brain fart pretty much, because it makes more sense as such.
The other thing to talk about as well, guys, we've just had the final load of these in, the switchboard. Go check it out on our website. If you like the idea of a switchboard, this does more than any other. It looks totally innocent. It's beautifully built
So
and
thin.
manufactured. But we've been told that once these are gone, we won't have them maybe ever again.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in one, go grab one.
Because they are a pain to make, so...
They really are. And there's only a few left in stock. I think we might have less than 10 now.
100%. Right, see you later, Chuck. Going to work.
Well, remember, Chuck, tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, so that is roughly 4 hours from now, but tomorrow we've got a live launch. Join us for that.
Lovely. That's going to be awesome. Solid performance. Thank you so much, Tom. It's good to hear the audio is good. Ian says audio is great. What could it be? Wayne isn't there. Problem identified. Well, Wayne will be here tomorrow, so if the audio goes tomorrow, then you know what the problemo is. I've decided I might take one of these and learn it, because it is perfect for weddings, isn't it?
It's such an amazing routine. It really is.
It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
And given the right environment and everything, it's not difficult to perform.
Yeah.
So we're all good. Take that off.
Right, so where are we? We've got about 4 minutes left. So I don't know what we've got to talk about apart from website update. The website looks like it's going to be ready about the 21st of March.
Extra fingers crossed there.
Extra fingers crossed.
Extra.
So we don't know what's going to happen. We know we're going to have, when it is live, we're going to have a big launch party here at Alakazam. So it will be happening on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be giving away loads of prizes. We'll be talking about some of the new features in the new site, giving you a bit of a tour of it. But it's going to be a fun night, a bit like the Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff given away. So come and join us for that. And also tomorrow evening, remember, we've got the live launch. But the website, you will need to go on there and reset your password.
Yeah.
And we're going to ask everyone to go into your account and just make sure all your details are correct. So we've got your up-to-date address, phone number, email address, and so on. And it's going to be a good time to do some housekeeping, because like I said, there's so many customers that have moved house and have not updated their address. And when they ring up and say, my parcel hasn't arrived, and where did you send it? And you say, I sent it here. Well, I haven't lived there for 2 years. Obviously, we don't know that.
Yeah.
It's down to you to change
It's
your
a good
address.
time. And there
check
will
it.
be other information that we asked for as well, but it all will be revealed.
Yeah.
All right. Also, yeah, if you could, guys, and you've got Instagram and YouTube, well, some of you watch on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, make sure you follow us. So on TikTok and Instagram, we're AlakazamMagicShop, and on Facebook, we're AlakazamMagic Limited, and on YouTube, we're AlakazamMagicUK. So check out our socials, because we are uploading on there basically every day. We're the first pretty much to upload trailers for new products, so check them out. We're going to start doing more YouTube content as well, like interviews and hidden treasures are going to be back, and book corner and things like that. And then every day we're going to be, every weekday should I say, we're going to be uploading videos of performances. So things like Shrapnel, rather than you guys having to sit and watch the whole trailer maybe, we're just going to basically perform it in under a minute, if we can. Just one of the routines on there, and just basically, if we perform it, then it's going to be a good trick, because we won't perform a rubbish one. But I will just say, not everything we perform is obviously for sale. Like the zigzag cards, we had a lot of messages about that. The deck penetration, but that may be back soon. But as I said, we're just uploading every day on there. So if you want to see some cool tricks under a minute, then check out our socials.
Right, so guys, we're going to leave you now. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, we have got a live launch happening right here on Facebook and YouTube. And it is for Chris Congreve's fantastic Zodiac. It's coming out tomorrow. You'll be the first to see the trailer. You'll be the first to be able to purchase it. And if you do decide to purchase it while we're live, you'll be invited to join us for the after show, where we'll give you a live unboxing, teach you how it works, and also give you some tips and tricks, and have a little brainstorming session. So that's happening tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We are going to leave you now with Harry's performance of Shrapnel.
Which is a great effect again.
It is a great effect. Once again, they're in stock, so go place your order. We haven't got many of them. But we will see you tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. If you can't make it tomorrow evening, we'll see you next Tuesday right here on the live. And we are planning to have one live in the evenings every month. So we'll let you know. One of them will be moved to 7 o'clock in the evening, I think. But we'll let you know all about that. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us.
Shout out to Tony as well, and Andrew, who picked up a Trilogy Extreme.
Brilliant.
So shout out to those two as well. Thank you very much.
Well done, guys.
And I will just say, because this is an Alakazam product, it's free worldwide shipping. So they're both in the States, free worldwide shipping.
Brilliant.
Lovely.
If you joined us late and you didn't see the live performance of Trilogy Extreme, when we stopped the stream, go back and watch it. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. And we'll leave you with Shrapnel.
Cheers, guys.
Right, magic trick using a safety pin and a wedding ring. Check this out, Mum. Check out the safety pin. Perfect. Lovely. And check out the wedding ring, of course. Happy? Lovely. Right, we're going to try something with the safety pin and the wedding ring. Watch. If I place the wedding ring in my hand, watch this. Ready? If I spiral the safety pin around the wedding ring, something weird starts to happen. Not yet, but if I count 1, 2, 3, just like that, it actually links onto the safety pin. Now, I don't know how that works. Do you?
No. With some magic stuff.
I'm bemused.